So if you for a second are confused when it comes to marketing your current hypnotherapy or your coaching business, well then this video is for you. Today I really want to clear up and also provide a simple structure that will help you understand there is only really one type of marketing that you need to do that if you employ today, you should start to see immediate results. It seems that throughout the entire industry, it's almost like a pandemic of every coach and every therapist gets so overwhelmed and confused when it comes to marketing. So in this video, guys, I'm going to break it down to a simple structure that you can follow today. So firstly, let's start over with the key. Let me just give you an overview of the strategy itself. First thing I want you to realize is that you do not need to market on every platform. You don't need to market across every single platform that is available because not every platform is created equally. So if you're thinking, well, Scott, which ones are going to be best for me? Well, the way to understand this is just to ask yourself these two questions. You want to ask yourself, where are your current clients online? Like if you're after or working in the anxiety niche or the stop smoking niche, you're working with clients with mindset, you're helping people grow their businesses, whatever you're doing, you have to ask yourself, where are my potential clients online? Because just because there's a multiple different platforms that we can use for marketing, it doesn't mean all of our clients exist on these platforms. And also, which platforms do they occupy? Where are these people? For example, let's say I'm after more people to join my program that helps them grow their business. Well, I've really narrowed down the most important platforms and marketing platforms for me, but I also realize that not every platform is where my potential clients are. So if my potential clients aren't populating something like Instagram or Twitter, and these are two which we don't use, this is the reason why we do not use them, because our potential clients do not occupy these platforms. So regardless of the niche, you have to ask yourself, where are my clients online? Where do they hang out? And which platforms do they occupy? Then you only want to market to these platforms. Ignore everywhere else that your clients are not. You don't have to market across every platform. You should be only marketing to platforms where your clients exist. Secondly, and I see this a lot, if you're trying to obtain new clients, resist posting and showing value in something like a Facebook group where other coaches and therapists are. These people are not your clients. So what do I mean by this? If you're not helping other coaches, other therapists, other healers, maybe other RTT practitioners with some problem in their life, there's really no point showing value or posting in groups that has collectively brought together other therapists and coaches. I see this far too often. There might be a Facebook group with 10,000 coaches, and every coach in there is trying to sell their services to other coaches, knowing that these coaches are not the clients they're after. So you want to put your time wisely, not only in the certain platforms, but exactly where your potential clients hang out. I know that if I went back to working with clients to quit smoking, I know there's several, probably more than several, probably hundreds of stop smoking support groups. That's where my potential clients are. I'm not going to post my services or show value in a place where other coaches and therapists are unless I'm working with them. But the general public, these smokers that I'm after, exist in these support groups. So I'm going to go directly to the support groups and ignore everything else. Thirdly, consistency is important. You do not want to have gaps in your marketing. You don't want to go really motivated for 2 or 3 days, post really valuable content, show your potential clients what you're about, talk about your business, talk about the solution, talk about the results that you can give for your clients, then have a whole week off. Because what's going to happen is that gap between your marketing is going to cause some conflict inside the mind of your potential clients. Let's imagine this. Let's imagine someone finds your Facebook page, sees a fantastic Facebook Live, sees some great testimonials, sees some great announcements and posts over several days. They sit back, they watch your content, they sort of stalk you to figure what you're all about. Then someday during the week, they come back to your page and there's nothing for the entire day. Nothing for the second entire day, the third day. It takes 7 days before you come back online and start posting your value again. Well, inside the mind of your client, all it takes for that potential client is to think, well, I guess they can't help me anymore. I guess they don't work in this niche anymore. I was going to reach out to this person, but it doesn't look like they're working this business anymore. I'm going to go find another therapist, another healer, another coach. So consistency is so important. What really brings together our most successful students, the ones that have grown their business from zero all the way up to 10, 20, 30, 40, even $50,000 per month, is this thing right here, which is consistency. They are so consistent. You want to be refreshing your content every 2 to 3 hours on Facebook or LinkedIn, and this could be a mixture of Facebook Lives, posts, announcements, testimonials, etc. And then if you're using YouTube or both, you want to have 2 to 4 new videos on YouTube per week. You want to be constantly showing value. So what is value? What is the best type of content to create? Well, the one thing for sure that we know works is showing proof and value. Proof that you know what you're doing for your clients. Testimonials are by far the greatest marketing tool. You never want to be talking about the how, you always want to be talking about results. We call this results marketing. So what do I mean by this? You don't want to be talking about the how. If you're currently or constantly talking about how NLP works, how RTT works, how hypnotherapy works, how the unconscious mind or the conscious mind works, this is the how. Your potential clients who are not interested in becoming a coach, nor do they understand the therapeutic language or the lingo that we use when we're talking to other therapists and coaches, you're going to miss them. They're going to be looking through your content, trying to read your posts, trying to watch your videos, and just getting totally overwhelmed and flustered and confused about what the hell are you talking about. You want to be talking about your potential clients' problems. You want to be talking very niche related, and you want to be talking about the what, and you definitely want to be showing proof. There is one constant objection, whether your potential clients say it or not, that's going to be consistent amongst all your clients, which is, will this work for me? Okay. So the way you can answer that question is by showing testimonials. Now, if you don't have testimonials right now, that's fine. You will coming into the future. And you definitely want to broadcast those testimonials to show these people that yes, it will work. Lastly, you always want to be starting conversations with your audience once you see interaction with your content. So once you start to employ this strategy and you start to notice that more people are turning up to your Facebook Lives, when you start talking more niche related and results related content, you notice people are liking, sharing, and commenting. You want to be starting to, as an example, direct message these people. Start conversations with them. And from the conversation, we want to turn these total strangers into a paying client. So to give you more of an understanding, over here on the right-hand side, I've just created a quick diagram. Now, I know for sure that my potential clients, just like the majority of you guys watching this, your potential clients are going to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And these by far are the easiest free marketing platforms that you can use. We don't promote or teach anything to do with paid marketing because you do not need it. Organic marketing is by far more powerful. And best of all, it's for free. So a Facebook page, we've got to think to answer this question up here. Where are my clients online and which platforms do they occupy? Well, I know mostly that Facebook is going to have the general public because people go onto Facebook and they're trying to connect with friends, family, colleagues, read some interesting stuff, and most people are just glued to their Facebook page each day. So why not constantly show them value on your Facebook page? Let your content and your value and your testimonials, like we talked about here, show up on Facebook every 2 to 3 hours. And I call this the GP, which is the general public. The general public occupy Facebook. Now, if you're working with the general public in anxiety or stop smoking or confidence or mindset, this will be the best place to start. If, however, or you can use both or all three at the same time, which is what we recommend, LinkedIn, although it's another marketing platform, the use of LinkedIn is slightly different. We know that most professionals, business owners, CEOs are going to populate LinkedIn. So if your potential clients, remember these questions up here, if you know your potential clients are often populating LinkedIn, go straight to LinkedIn. You can ignore everything else. Lastly, YouTube. YouTube, I find, is a mixture of both. You're going to have the general public on YouTube looking for the answers to their problem, but also professionals and CEOs are also going to use YouTube to answer their own problems. So what if your content was constantly answering the most common questions in your market? Now you can add YouTube to the mix. So it's a mixture of general public and professionals. So my recommendation is just use all these three, okay? You've got other things like Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest. I know my potential clients aren't there. These are totally different platforms to get a lot of audiences to. I know these are by far the 3 easiest platforms for organic marketing, and this is what this is about. And this really is the only marketing that you need. If you can occupy all 3 of these and create the right content, remember talking about value and proof, not talking about yourself or how you do things, you're going to have your pick of enough clients in your potential niche over and over again. So once you start to populate these platforms with your content, you then want to drive all of this traffic. You can see it's all leading to something like a booking system. You want to be directed to the same place because this allows us to track where people are coming from. The next step to this is once you start populating these platforms with your content is to start to look at, we try and do this every month. So at the end of every month, I'll go back over my last 30 days and I'll look on my Facebook page, my LinkedIn page, and my YouTube, and I'll see which one had not only the most content, but where were my potential clients coming from? People that booked a call with me to learn more about my program and join my program, where did they come from? Did I have more people on Facebook liking my content? Was it more people on LinkedIn? Did I find that YouTube for some reason just spiked with my audience and I noticed that most of my bookings were coming from YouTube? What this tells me is I can track these things. So if I notice over time that YouTube, which actually is the most popular place that people find me and hear about my strategy calls, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to double down on YouTube. I'm going to spend less time on these platforms over time because this one has been proven to work. And again, that's why we don't need to market yourself on every platform. It's more about tracking where your potential clients are coming from. So we want to drive all the traffic that we have into a booking system and then have that booking system go straight into a strategy call. Now, I know for a lot of coaches and therapists, they might get a little bit afraid or scared about selling, but by far, when it comes to getting paid clients into your business using this marketing strategy, you want to have a place where you can stabilize, control, and have consistency in your sales. It's very hard to drive one bit of traffic to a squeeze page, another one to a sales page, another one to a free session, another one to a PDF, another one to a strategy call, another one to a clarity call. Why? Because we can't track anything, we can't control everything. Getting people on a phone and using like a strategy call script or a strategy call system is what we teach all of our students to use as well. We can highly stabilize this process, which means I can get better at selling over and over. I can control the back and forward conversations and the questions that I ask my potential clients, and I can get consistency by driving all this traffic into one place, which allows me to track my progress and see what things I need to improve, see which things could be better, see which things are working particularly well, and if I can make them work even better. All comes down to tracking. You'll notice there's not a lot of moving parts to the system, and this really is not only the easiest marketing strategy I could give you, but the system itself is basically flawless, and you want to repeat this daily. So like I said, if you have any concerns or confusion about your marketing, you're not sure which platforms to use, which one's going to be more efficient, what happens when I get consistent content, where do I drive these people, how do I actually get paid clients from my content, you just want to follow this strategy right here. So hopefully that answered the question. Hopefully that cleared up any confusion. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.